the most difficult moment you've ever faced. It could be the loss of a job, a painful breakup, setback that seemed to push you down further than you'd ever been before. That moment, that situation, might have made you feel helpless, as if you were standing in quicksand, sinking deeper the more you struggled. It is exactly in those moments of hardship and despair that the power of positivity becomes your greatest tool. In those moments, the choices you make, the thoughts you entertain, and the beliefs you cling to can determine whether you rise from the ashes or remain stuck. It is in these defining times that positivity becomes more than just a word. It becomes a way of survival, a means to reclaim your power and purpose. When everything seems to be falling apart, the easiest thing to do is to focus on the negative, to become overwhelmed by all the things going wrong, to allow worry and stress to cloud your mind. It's easy to let the darkness take over, to let yourself spiral into hopelessness. But there's another option. There's the option to decide right there in that moment that you are going to be positive no matter what. This isn't just wishful thinking or blind optimism. It is a deliberate choice. And it's that decision, that single powerful choice, that has the potential to change everything. It's a decision that can shift your perspective, change your approach, and ultimately transform your life. Being positive in a negative situation doesn't mean pretending that everything is perfect. It doesn't mean ignoring the reality of your challenges or difficulties. It means acknowledging the struggle, but deciding that it won't define you. It means looking at the chaos around you and deciding that you have the power to create order. It means seeing the obstacles in front of you and choosing to believe that you have the strength to overcome them. Positivity isn't about wishful thinking. It's about empowering yourself to take action, to move forward, and to rise above whatever challenges are in your way. It's about finding that inner spark that refuses to be extinguished even in the face of overwhelming odds. Some of the most successful people in the world, people who have achieved greatness not because they had an easy life, but because they learned how to be positive in difficult situations. They learned how to take a step back, evaluate the situation, and focus on what they could control. They learned that every setback is an opportunity for growth, that every challenge is a chance to prove themselves. They didn't let negativity paralyze them. They used it as fuel to propel themselves forward. They chose to turn their pain to power, their failures into stepping stones, and their setbacks into setups for comebacks. We all face moments in our lives where it feels like the odds are stacked against us. It could be financial difficulties, health challenges, relationship problems, or unexpected setbacks. In these moments, it's easy to feel discouraged, to want to give up, to feel like there's no way out. But let me tell you this, you are stronger than you think. You have within you the power to rise above any situation. You have the ability to choose your response, to decide how you will react, to determine whether you will be defeated or whether you will use the situation to become stronger. You have the power to turn your adversity into advantage, your pain into purpose, and your struggle into strength. One of the most important lessons I've learned in life is that challenges are not meant to break you. They are meant to build you. They're opportunities for growth, for learning, for becoming better. And the only way to truly make the most of these opportunities is to approach them with a positive mindset. When you decide to be positive, you shift your perspective. You stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks, and instead you see them as stepping stones. You see every failure as a lesson, every setback as a setup for a comeback. You begin to understand that life is not happening to you, but for you. That every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow, to evolve, and to become the person you were meant to be. Imagine for a moment that you were on a journey, and suddenly you come across a huge boulder in the middle of your path. Now, you have two choices. You can sit down, feel defeated, and decide that your journey is over. Or you can look at that boulder, assess the situation, and find a way around it. You can climb over it, you can move it, you can find another path. Being positive is about deciding that no matter what obstacles you face, you will keep moving forward. It's about believing that there is always a way, even when you can't see it yet. It's about having faith in the unseen, believing in your own resilience, and trusting that you are capable of finding a solution, even if it takes time. The power of positivity is not just about making you feel better in the moment. It's about changing your entire approach to life. It's about taking control of your thoughts and your emotions so that you are no longer a victim of your circumstances. When you decide to be positive, you become proactive. You start looking for solutions instead of focusing on problems. You start taking action instead of feeling stuck. You start creating the life you want instead of waiting for it to happen to you. You stop reacting to life and start creating it on your own terms. You realize that you have the power to shape your future and that every action you take today is contributing to the person you are becoming tomorrow. One of the best ways to stay positive in a negative situation is to focus on what you can control. So often we get caught up in worrying about things that are beyond our control, things that we can't change no matter how much we stress about them. We waste precious energy on things that are outside of our influence, and in doing so, we give away our power. But when you focus on what you can control, you take your power back. You shift your energy away from worrying and toward taking action. You start making progress, even if it's just one small step at a time. You begin to realize that while you may not be able to control everything that happens to you, you can always control how you respond. Another powerful way to stay positive is to practice gratitude. Even in the most difficult situations, there's always something to be grateful for. It could be the support of a loved one, the lessons you're learning, or simply the fact that you have the strength to keep going. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you don't have to what you do have, from what's going wrong to what's going right. It reminds you that even in the midst of challenges, there is still good in your life. It helps you appreciate the small victories, the moments of joy, the people who stand by your side. Gratitude is a powerful reminder that even on the darkest days, there is still light to be found. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to keep going even when things get tough. It's the ability to stay positive even when everything around you seems negative. Resilience is not something you are born with. It's something you develop through experience, through facing challenges, through choosing to rise above your circumstances. The more you practice resilience, the stronger you become. The more you choose to stay positive in difficult situations, the easier it becomes to do so. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And the stronger it gets, the more capable you become of facing whatever challenges life throws your way. When you faced a challenge and overcame it, maybe it was a time when you felt like giving up, but you kept going anyway. Maybe it was a time when everything seemed to be falling apart, but you found a way to hold it together. That experience, that moment of resilience, is proof that you have what it takes to overcome any challenge. You have already done it, and you can do it again. You are stronger than you think, and you are capable of more than you realize. Every time you face a challenge and overcome it, you are proving to yourself that you are capable, that you are resilient, that you have what it takes to rise above. It's important to remember that being positive doesn't mean you won't feel negative emotions. You will still feel sadness, frustration, anger, and fear. These emotions are a natural part of life, but being positive means not letting these emotions control you. It means acknowledging them, feeling them, and then choosing to let them go. It means deciding that you will not allow negativity to dictate your actions or your mindset. It means recognizing that while you may not be able to control your initial emotional response, you can always control what you do next. You can choose to dwell on the negative, or you can choose to rise above it. One of the most powerful tools you have in staying positive is your self-talk. The way you talk to yourself, the thoughts you think, have a huge impact on your mindset and your attitude. If you tell yourself that you can't do something, that it's too hard, that you're not good enough, then you will start to believe it. But if you tell yourself that you are capable, that you are strong, that you can handle whatever comes your way, then you will start to believe that too. Positive self-talk is not about lying to yourself. It's about reminding yourself of your strengths, your abilities, and your resilience. It's about being your own biggest supporter, your own cheerleader, the one voice in your life that always believes in you, even when no one else does. When you face a negative situation, I want you to ask yourself this question: what is the opportunity here? Every challenge, every setback, every difficult moment has within it an opportunity for growth, for learning, for improvement. When you ask yourself this question, you shift your focus from what's wrong to what's possible. You start looking for solutions, for ways to turn the situation around. You start seeing the challenge as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. You begin to understand that every experience, no matter how difficult, has something to teach you. And when you look for the lesson, you find a way to turn your pain into power, your challenges into opportunities, and your setbacks into success. It's also important to surround yourself with positive influences. The people you spend time with, the information you consume, the environment you create for yourself. All of these things have a huge impact on your mindset. If you surround yourself with negativity, it will be much harder to stay positive. But if you surround yourself with positive, supportive people, if you fill your mind with uplifting information, if you create an environment that inspires and motivates you, then staying positive becomes much easier. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So choose wisely. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who encourage you, who believe in you. Create an environment that supports your growth, your positivity, your resilience. Let me tell you a story. There was once a man who lost everything, his job, his home, his savings. He found himself living in his car with nothing but a few personal belongings. It would have been easy for him to give up, to feel sorry for himself, to focus on all the things that had gone wrong. But instead, he made a decision. He decided that he was not going to let his circumstances define him. He decided that he was going to do whatever it took to turn his life around. He decided to take control of his story, to write a new chapter, to create a new ending. He started by finding small jobs. Anything he could do to earn some money. He worked hard, saved every penny, and eventually he was able to rent a small apartment. He kept working, kept saving, kept believing in himself. He refused to let negativity take over. He refused to let his circumstances dictate his future. And slowly but surely, he began to rebuild his life. Today, that man is a successful business owner. He is happy, he is fulfilled, and he is living proof that no matter how difficult your situation, you have the power to turn it around. His story is a testament to the power of positivity, resilience, and determination. The key to being positive in a negative situation is to take it one day at a time. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't have to know exactly how you're going to overcome every challenge. All you need to do is take one step forward, and then another, and then another. Focus on what you can do today, right now, in this moment. Focus on the small actions that will move you closer to where you want to be. And trust that if you keep moving forward, if you keep believing in yourself, you will get there. One step at a time, one day at a time, you will overcome whatever challenges you face. I want you to remember this. You are not alone. Every single one of us faces challenges. Every single one of us has moments of doubt, moments of fear, moments of pain, but it's in those moments that we have the opportunity to grow, to become stronger, to become better. You are not defined by your challenges. You are defined by how you respond to them. And when you choose to respond with positivity, with resilience, with determination, you are choosing to create a better future for yourself. You are choosing to take control of your life, to write your own story, to create your own destiny. Life is full of ups and downs. There will be moments of joy, moments of success, moments of triumph. And there will be moments of difficulty, moments of pain, moments of loss. But through it all, you have the power to choose your mindset. You have the power to decide how you will react, how you will move forward, how you will grow. And when you choose to be positive, even in the face of negativity, you are choosing to live a life of purpose, of strength, of resilience. You are choosing to rise above your circumstances, to overcome your challenges, to create a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. To add more depth, let's talk about the power of small habits. Small, consistent habits can have a huge impact on your ability to stay positive, especially when things get tough. The habits you develop will shape your mindset and help you build the resilience needed to overcome challenges. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is the habit of daily reflection. Spend a few minutes every day thinking about your day, what went well, what challenges you faced, and how you responded. Ask yourself, what can I learn from today? How can I be better tomorrow? This simple practice of reflection will help you stay focused on growth rather than dwelling on what went wrong. Another important habit is the habit of visualization. Visualizing your goals and your success is a powerful way to stay motivated and positive, even in the face of setbacks. Take a few minutes every day to close your eyes and imagine yourself achieving your goals. See yourself overcoming challenges, reaching your milestones, and experiencing the joy of success. Visualization helps you stay focused on the bigger picture even when the day-to-day challenges seem overwhelming. It reminds you why you're doing what you're doing and keeps you connected to your purpose. Exercise is another powerful habit that can help you stay positive. When you exercise, your body releases endorphins, chemicals that improve your mood and help reduce stress. Even just a short walk or a quick workout can make a big difference in how you feel. Exercise not only improves your physical health, but it also helps you clear your mind, reduce anxiety, and boost your confidence. When you feel strong physically, it's easier to feel strong mentally. One of the most important habits for staying positive is practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is about being present in the moment, fully experiencing what is happening right now without judgment. When you are mindful, you are less likely to get caught up in negative thoughts about the past or worries about the future. You are able to focus on what you can do right now, in this moment, to improve your situation. Mindfulness helps you stay grounded, reduces stress, and allows you to respond to challenges with clarity and calmness. Setting clear, specific goals gives you direction and purpose. When you have a goal, you have something to work toward, something to focus on, something that gives you a sense of meaning. Even in difficult times, having a goal can help you stay positive. It gives you a reason to keep going, a reason to push through the challenges. Your goals don't have to be big. They can be small, achievables that help you make progress every day. The key is to have something that motivates you, something that keeps you moving forward. It's also important to celebrate your successes. No matter how small they may seem, every step forward, every small victory is a reason to celebrate. When you acknowledge your progress, you reinforce the belief that you are capable, that you are making a difference, that you are moving in the right direction. Celebrating your successes helps you stay motivated, boosts your confidence, and reminds you that you have what it takes to overcome any challenge. And let's not forget the importance of self-compassion. Being positive in a negative situation doesn't mean being hard on yourself when things don't go as planned. It means treating yourself with kindness, understanding that setbacks are a natural part of life, and giving yourself the grace to make mistakes. Self-compassion is about being your own best friend, encouraging yourself, supporting yourself, and reminding yourself that you are doing your best. When you are kind to yourself, it becomes easier to stay positive even when things are tough. Another important aspect of staying positive is finding meaning in your challenges. Every challenge, every difficult situation has something to teach you. It may be teaching you patience, resilience, empathy, or strength. It may be helping you develop new skills, discover new passions, or connect with others on a deeper level. When you look for the meaning in your challenges, you shift your perspective from seeing them as obstacles to seeing them as opportunities for growth. You start to understand that every experience, no matter how difficult, has value, and that you are becoming a better, stronger person because of it. One of the best ways to stay positive in a negative situation is to focus on how you can make a difference in someone else's life. When you help others, you shift your focus away from your own problems and toward making a positive impact. It could be something as simple as offering a kind word, lending a helping hand, or just being there for someone who needs support. Helping others not only makes a difference in their lives, but it also makes a difference in yours. It reminds you that you have the power to create positive change, that you are capable of making a difference, and that you are not alone. Hope is the belief that things will get better, that there's light at the end of the tunnel, that no matter how difficult things may be right now, there is a brighter future ahead. Hope is what keeps us going even when everything seems to be falling apart. It's what gives us the strength to take one more step, to keep moving forward, to keep believing in ourselves. Hope is not about ignoring reality. It's about believing that we have the power to shape our reality, that we have the ability to create a better future. When you choose to be positive in a negative situation, you are choosing hope. You are choosing to believe that things will get better, that you have the power to make a difference, that you are capable of overcoming any challenge. And that belief, that hope is what will carry you through the darkest of times and into the light of a brighter future. So as you move forward in your life, remember this. You have a choice. You can choose to let negativity take over, or you can choose to rise above it. You can choose to focus on what's wrong, or you can choose to focus on what's possible. You can choose to be defeated, or you can choose to be victorious. The power is within you. It always has been, and it always will be. Choose positivity. Choose resilience. Choose hope. Choose to believe in yourself, even when it feels like the world is against you. Because when you do, there's nothing that can stop you. You are capable of greatness. You are capable of overcoming any challenge, of rising above any obstacle, of creating the life you want. And it all starts with a decision, the decision to be positive no matter what. This is your life. This is your journey. And you have the power to make it whatever you want it to be. So keep moving forward. Keep believing in yourself. Keep choosing positivity, even when it's hard, because you are stronger than you think, braver than you know, and more capable than you could ever imagine. And the best is yet to come. Life is a series of decisions. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, you are making choices that shape your future. But here's the thing. Not all decisions are created equal. Some decisions can propel you towards success, while others can hold you back. So how do we ensure we are making the right choices? How do we become master decision makers? Let me tell you something powerful. Your life today is the sum total of all the decisions you have made up to this point. If you want a different life, make different decisions. I want you to imagine for a moment. Imagine a life where every decision you make leads you closer to your goals. Imagine the confidence, the success, the sheer joy of knowing you are on the right path. That's what we're going to talk about today. We are going to unlock the secrets of making better decisions. And I promise you, by the end of this talk, you will have the tools to transform your life through the power of choice. First, let's understand what decision-making really is. It's not just about choosing between A and B. It's about shaping your future. It's about creating the life you want. Every decision, no matter how small, is a brick in the foundation of your future. So how do we make better decisions? Let me share with you 7 powerful strategies that have helped thousands of people become master decision makers. Number 1, clarity is power. The first step to making better decisions is having absolute clarity about what you want. You see, most people don't know what they want. They drift through life, reacting to circumstances rather than creating them. But not you. Not anymore. I want you to take out a piece of paper right now. Write down your top 3 goals in life. Be specific. Don't just write, I want to be happy. Right? I want to start my own business that generates $100,000 in revenue in the first year. The more specific you are, the more clarity you will have. Once you have clarity, every decision becomes easier. You simply ask yourself, does this choice move me closer to or further from my goals? If it moves you closer, do it. If it moves you further away, don't. It's that simple. Number 2, gather information, but don't overanalyze. Information is crucial for making good decisions. But here's the catch. In today's world, we are drowning in information. The key is to gather the right information, not all the information. This is a technique I've used for years. The 40-70 rule. This rule states that you should make a decision when you have between 40% and 70% of the information you need. If you wait until you have all the information, you will never make a decision. If you make a decision with less than 40% of the information, you are shooting in the dark. So gather information, but don't fall into analysis paralysis. Remember, a good decision now is better than a perfect decision later. Number 3, trust your intuition. Now, this might sound counterintuitive after talking about gathering information, but hear me out. Your intuition is one of the most powerful decision-making tools you have. It's the culmination of all your life experiences, your knowledge, and your subconscious mind working together. Have you ever had a gut feeling about something? That's your intuition speaking. Learn to listen to it. Often, your first instinct is the right one. Intuition works best when it's backed by knowledge and experience. The more you learn, the more you experience, the sharper your intuition becomes. So never stop learning, never stop growing. Number 4, consider the long-term consequences. One of the biggest mistakes people make when making decisions is focusing only on the short term. They choose what feels good now rather than what will benefit them in the long run. On the other hand, always consider the long-term consequences of their decisions. They ask themselves, how will this decision affect my life in a year? In 5 years, in 10 years? Let me give you an example. Imagine you are offered a high-paying job that requires you to work 80 hours a week. In the short term, it might seem great. More money, right? But think about the long-term consequences. How will it affect your health, your relationships, your personal growth? Always think long-term. It's one of the most powerful habits you can develop. Number 5, embrace the power of choice. Here's a profound truth. You always have a choice. Always. Even in the most difficult circumstances, you have the power to choose your response. Viktor Frankl, Holocaust survivor, once said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Remember this, the next time you feel stuck, you are never truly stuck. You always have a choice. And in that choice lies your power. Number 6, learn from your mistakes. Here's something I want you to tattoo on your mind. There are no failures, only outcomes. Every decision you make will have an outcome. If it's not the outcome you wanted, don't beat yourself up. Learn from it. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to make better decisions in the future? This simple shift in mindset can turn every setback into a stepping stone for success. Remember, the most successful people in the world have made more mistakes than most people have even tried. The difference is they learned from those mistakes. Number 7, take action. This is perhaps the most important point of all. A decision without action is just a thought. You must take action on your decisions. Many people know what to do, but they don't do what they know. Don't be one of those people. Be a person of action. When you make a decision, act on it immediately. This builds momentum and confidence. The only way to overcome fear is to face it head on. Every time you make a decision, despite your fear, you grow stronger. You become more confident. You become unstoppable. Let me share with you a powerful technique to overcome fear in decision making. It's called the worst case scenario technique. Here's how it works. What's the worst that could happen if I make this choice? Then ask yourself, can I live with that worst case scenario? More often than not, you will find that even the worst case scenario isn't as bad as you initially thought. And once you realize you can handle the worst case scenario, the fear loses its power over you. Your values. Your values are your guiding principles, the things that are most important to you in life. When your decisions align with your values, you feel congruent, confident, and fulfilled. Take a moment to think about your top 5 values. Is it family, integrity, health, success, freedom, whatever they are, write them down. Now, whenever you are faced with a decision, ask yourself, does this align with my values? When your decisions align with your values, you will find that you make choices that not only lead to success, but also to happiness and fulfillment. Move on to another powerful concept in decision making, opportunity cost. Every time you say yes to something, you are saying no to something else. Every decision has an opportunity cost. For example, if you decide to spend an hour watching TV, the opportunity cost is an hour you could have spent exercising, reading, or working on your goals. Always be aware of the opportunity cost of your decisions. This doesn't mean you should never relax or have fun. It simply means you should be conscious of how you are spending your time and energy. Make sure the opportunity cost is worth it. Something that can dramatically improve your decision making. Surrounding yourself with the right people. Jim Rohn, a great mentor of mine, once said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Who are you spending time with? Are they people who make good decisions? Are they people who inspire you to be better? If not, it might be time to make some changes. Seek out mentors, join mastermind groups, surround yourself with people who are where you want to be. Their decision-making skills will rub off on you. Their success will inspire you. Their advice will guide you. Timing. Sometimes the right decision at the wrong time becomes the wrong decision. Timing is everything. There is rarely a perfect time to make a big decision. If you wait for perfect conditions, you will be waiting forever. The key is to make the best decision you can with the information you have at the time. Remember, it's better to make a good decision quickly than a perfect decision too late. Don't let the quest for perfect timing paralyze you. Let's discuss a common pitfall in decision making. Decision fatigue. Did you know that the average adult makes about 35,000 decisions every day? That's a lot of mental energy. As the day goes on, our ability to make good decisions decreases. That's why many successful people make their most important decisions in the morning when their minds are fresh. Here's a tip. Reduce the number of trivial decisions you make each day. Steve Jobs famously wore the same outfit every day to avoid wasting mental energy on deciding what to wear. While you don't have to go that far, look for ways to simplify your daily decisions. Save your mental energy for the decisions that really matter. Before you make a big decision, take some time to visualize the outcome. See yourself succeeding. Feel the emotions of achievement. Hear the congratulations of your loved ones. This isn't just feel-good nonsense. Visualization is a powerful technique used by top athletes, successful entrepreneurs, and high achievers in every field. It primes your brain for success and helps you make decisions aligned with your vision. I want to address something that holds many people back from making decisions: perfectionism. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress. It's better to make a decision and adjust course if needed than to never make a decision at all. Success is not about making perfect decisions. It's about making a decision and then making it right. Don't let the fear of making a less than perfect decision hold you back. Make the best decision you can with the information you have and then commit to making it work. Every decision you make has consequences. The key to success is taking full responsibility for those consequences. Don't blame others. Don't make excuses. If a decision doesn't work out as planned, own it, learn from it. Grow from it. This attitude of personal responsibility will empower you to make better decisions in the future. A powerful technique for making complex decisions, the decision matrix. This is a tool used by many successful people to evaluate different options objectively. How it works. List your options on one side of a piece of paper. On the other side, list the factors that are important in this decision. Then rate each option against each factor. The option with the highest total score is often the best choice. This technique helps you consider all aspects of a decision and reduces the influence of emotions on your choice. Self-awareness. The better you understand yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, values, and goals, the better decisions you will make. Take time for self-reflection. Keep a journal. Meditate. The more you understand yourself, the more aligned your decisions will be with who you truly are and what you really want. I want to address a common misconception about decision making. The idea that there is always a right or wrong decision. In reality, many decisions aren't about right or wrong, but about what's best for you at this moment in your life. Don't paralyze yourself trying to find the one right choice. Instead, focus on making the best decision you can with information you have. Remember, you can always adjust course later if needed. When faced with a big decision, don't just rely on your own viewpoint. Seek out opinions from people with different backgrounds and experiences. This doesn't mean you should make decisions by committee. The final choice is still yours. But hearing diverse perspectives can help you see angles you might have missed and make a more informed decision. Emotional intelligence is your ability to recognize and manage your own emotions and to understand and influence the emotions of others. Why is this important for decision making? Because emotions play a huge role in our choices. By developing your emotional intelligence, you can better understand how emotions are influencing your decisions and make more rational choices. Reactive people make decisions based on circumstances. Proactive people make decisions based on their values and goals. Start making decisions before you are forced to. Don't wait for problems to arise. Anticipate challenges and decide how you will handle them in advance. This proactive approach will put you in control of your life rather than at the mercy of circumstances. Continuous learning. The world is constantly changing, and so should your decision-making process. Never stop learning. Read books, attend seminars, seek out new experiences. The more you learn, the more information you will have to draw from when making decisions. And remember, learning doesn't just come from success. Some of the most valuable lessons come from failures and mistakes. The power of pause. In our fast-paced world, we often feel pressured to make decisions quickly. But sometimes the best decision is to not make a decision right away. Give yourself permission to pause. Sleep on it. Let your subconscious mind work on the problem. Often you will find that the right decision becomes clear after a good night's sleep. Practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, aware of your thoughts and feelings without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, you can become more aware of your thought processes, your biases, and the emotions influencing your decisions. This awareness can help you make clearer, more rational choices. Having a growth mindset. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. They see challenges as opportunities to grow. With a growth mindset, you will be more willing to make difficult decisions and take calculated risks. You will see setbacks not as failures, but as learning opportunities. This mindset can transform your decision-making process and lead to greater success. I want to address something that can significantly improve your decision-making. Setting deadlines. When you are faced with a decision, set a realistic deadline for making that decision. Without a deadline, it's easy to fall into analysis paralysis or keep putting off the decision indefinitely. A good decision today is better than a perfect decision tomorrow. Set a deadline, gather the necessary information, and then make your choice. Every time you say yes to something, you are saying no to something else. Successful people understand this and are not afraid to say no to things that don't align with their goals and values. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in the world, once said the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Let's discuss something that can dramatically improve your decision making. Understanding cognitive biases. Cognitive biases are systematic errors in thinking that can affect our judgments and decisions. For example, confirmation biases are a tendency to search for, interpret, and recall information in a way that confirms our pre-existing beliefs. By being aware of these biases, you can make more objective decisions. In today's world of constant distractions, the ability to focus is a superpower. When making important decisions, eliminate distractions. Turn off your phone, find a quiet place, and give the decision your full attention. Remember, the quality of your decisions directly impacts the quality of your life. Give your decisions the focus they deserve. I want to address something that can significantly improve your decision making. The power of writing things down. When faced with a complex decision, write down your thoughts, options, and potential consequences. The act of writing helps clarify your thoughts and can reveal aspects of the decision you hadn't considered. Plus, seeing your thoughts on paper can provide a new perspective on the situation. Scenario planning. This involves imagining different possible futures and considering how your decision might play out in each scenario. By thinking through various possibilities, you can make more robust decisions that are likely to succeed under different circumstances. Remember, the goal isn't to predict the future, but to be prepared for different possibilities. Too often we view decisions as final, irreversible choices, but in reality, many decisions can be treated as experiments. This mindset shift can be incredibly liberating and lead to better outcomes. When you view a decision as an experiment, you are more willing to take calculated risks. You are not committing to a lifelong path, but rather testing a hypothesis. If it works, great. If not, you have learned valuable information that will inform your future decisions. This experimental approach is particularly useful in today's fast-changing world. The ability to adapt quickly, to pivot when necessary, is often more valuable than sticking rigidly to a single decision. Think about some of the most successful companies in the world. They're constantly experimenting, trying new products, new marketing strategies, new ways of doing business. They know that not every experiment will succeed, but each one provides valuable data. You can apply this same principle to your personal and professional life, thinking about changing careers. Instead of agonizing over whether it's the right decision, look for ways to experiment. Can you take on a side project in your desired field? Can you shadow someone in that role for a day? These small experiments can provide invaluable insights to inform your bigger decision. Remember, the goal of an experiment isn't necessarily success. It's learning. Even if an experiment fails, if you have learned something valuable, it's a success in the bigger picture of your decision-making journey. This experimental mindset also helps combat one of the biggest enemies of good decision-making, fear of failure. When you view decisions as experiments, there is no failure, only data. This shift in perspective can give you the courage to make bold decisions that could lead to breakthrough success. Another powerful concept in decision making, the idea of reversible VSS. Irreversible decisions. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, often talks about this distinction. Reversible decisions are those that can be changed later if they turn out to be wrong. These are decisions where you can easily backtrack if needed. Irreversible decisions, on the other hand, are those that will have long-lasting consequences and can't easily be undone. Understanding this distinction can dramatically improve your decision-making process. For reversible decisions, Bezos advocates for making them quickly. There is no need for extensive analysis because if you are wrong, you can always change course. For irreversible decisions, however, you want to be much more careful. These are the decisions that warrant deep thought, extensive analysis, and careful consideration of potential consequences. By categorizing your decisions this way, you can allocate your time and mental energy more effectively. You will avoid wasting time overanalyzing small, reversible decisions and ensure you are giving proper attention to the big, irreversible ones. This approach also helps combat decision paralysis. Often we get stuck on decisions because we are treating every choice as if it's irreversible. By recognizing which decisions are actually reversible, you can move forward more confidently and quickly. Our habits, those automatic behaviors we perform without thinking, play a huge role in our daily decisions. In fact, according to research, up to 40 of our daily actions are habits rather than conscious decisions. This means that by shaping our habits, we can dramatically improve our decision-making without having to exert constant willpower. If you have a habit of waking up early, you have essentially pre-made the decision to start your day productively. If you have a habit of saving a portion of each paycheck, you have automated good financial decisions. The key is to build habits that align with your goals and values. This way you're making good decisions on autopilot, freeing up your mental energy for the bigger, more complex choices you face. Building good habits isn't easy, but it's incredibly powerful. Start small. Choose one area where you want to improve your decision making and focus on building a positive habit in that area. Over time, these small habitual decisions can lead to massive positive changes in your life. In our 24/7 always-on culture, sleep is often seen as a luxury. But when it comes to making good decisions, sleep is absolutely crucial. When we are sleep deprived, our brain's ability to process information and make sound judgments is severely impaired. We become more impulsive, more easily swayed by short-term rewards, and less able to consider long-term consequences. On the other hand, when we are well rested, our decision-making abilities are at their peak. We are more creative, better able to weigh options, and more likely to make choices aligned with our long-term goals. So if you want to improve your decision-making, prioritize your sleep. Aim for 7-9 hours of quality sleep each night. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Make your bedroom a sleep-friendly environment. These simple steps can dramatically improve the quality of your decisions. The quality of your decisions is directly related to the quality of the questions you ask yourself. Too often, when faced with a decision, we ask ourselves disempowering questions, like what if I fail? Or what's the safest option? These questions limit our thinking and lead to fear-based decisions. Instead, try asking empowering questions like, what would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? Or what choice would make me proudest 5 years from now? These types of questions expand your thinking and lead to more courageous, aligned decisions. Develop the habit of questioning your questions. When you catch yourself asking a disempowering question, consciously replace it with an empowering one. This simple shift can transform your decision-making process. The role of intuition in decision-making. We've talked about gathering information, analyzing options, and using logical tools. But there's another powerful factor in decision-making that we shouldn't ignore, our intuition. Intuition, often referred to as a gut feeling, is our ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. It's based on our accumulated experiences and knowledge processed by our subconscious mind. Many successful leaders and entrepreneurs talk about the importance of trusting their intuition. Steve Jobs famously said, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. However, it's important to note that intuition isn't infallible. It can be influenced by biases and past experiences that may not be relevant to the current situation. The key is to use intuition in conjunction with rational analysis, not as a replacement for it. When making a decision, pay attention to your intuitive feelings. If your logical analysis points in one direction, but your intuition strongly suggests another, take the time to explore why. Often, your intuition might be picking up on subtle factors that your conscious mind hasn't fully processed. Your values are your core beliefs, the principles that guide your life. When your decisions align with your values, you are more likely to feel satisfied and fulfilled with the outcomes. Take some time to clarify your values. What's truly important to you? Is it family, career success, personal growth, contribution to society? Once you are clear on your values, use them as a compass for your decisions. When faced with a choice, ask yourself, which option best aligns with my values? This question can often cut through confusion and point the way to the right decision for you. What's right for someone else might not be right for you if it doesn't align with your values. Don't be swayed by societal expectations or others' opinions. Make decisions that are true to who you are and what you believe in. Just as we all have different learning styles, we also have different decision-making styles. Understanding your style can help you play to your strengths and compensate for your weaknesses. Some people are analytical decision makers, preferring to gather lots of data and carefully weigh all options. Others are more intuitive, relying on gut feelings and quick judgments. Some are collaborative, seeking input from others, while others prefer to decide independently. There is no one right style. Each has its strengths and weaknesses. The key is to understand your natural style and adapt it to the situation. An analytical approach might be best for complex business decisions, while a more intuitive style could work well for personal choices. Also, be aware of how your style might clash with others in a team setting. Understanding and respecting different decision-making styles can lead to better group decisions and fewer conflicts. Mental models are frameworks for thinking that can help you approach decisions from different angles. One useful mental model is the inversion technique. Instead of asking, how can I succeed? Ask, how could I fail? Then work backwards to avoid those failure scenarios. This approach can help you identify potential pitfalls and make more robust decisions. Another powerful mental model is the opportunity cost concept we touched on earlier. Every decision you make means saying no to other options. Keeping this in mind can help you make more intentional choices. The circle of competence is another valuable mental model. It involves clearly defining what you know and what you don't know. Making decisions within your circle of competence increases your chances of success. By building a toolkit of mental models, you can approach decisions from multiple perspectives, leading to more well-rounded and effective choices.
It's a privilege to stand before you today. The energy in this room is palpable, and for that, I am truly grateful. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share some thoughts with you. Knuckle, a common belief head-on. The notion that hard work alone paves the way to riches. It's a compelling idea, isn't it? The thought that if you just roll up your sleeves and get to work, financial success is guaranteed. But let me ask you, have you ever seen someone who works tirelessly day in and day out? Seems to stay in the same place. Financially speaking, it's a curious thing to observe. Today, I want to explore with you what lies beyond the surface of hard work. What if I told you that hard work, while important, is just one piece of a larger puzzle? It's true. To create wealth, to truly achieve financial success, requires more than just effort. It demands a blend of strategy mindset and, yes, hard work too. But not just any work, the right kind of work. Consider for a moment, the individuals who have achieved great wealth, was it merely their willingness to work hard that set them apart? Or was it perhaps their approach to work, their mindset, and the decisions they made along the way? Open your mind to a new perspective, a perspective that sees hard work as a vital ingredient, but not the only ingredient in the recipe for riches. What truly contributes to wealth beyond hard work? Discover together how to work not just harder, but smarter. How to cultivate the mindset that attracts success and make the decisions that lead to financial freedom. Remember, it's not about dismissing the value of hard work. Instead, it's about enriching that hard work with other critical factors. It's about creating a symphony of efforts that harmonizes into the melody of success. So are you ready to take a closer look at what it really takes to achieve wealth? Begin this journey together, exploring, learning, and growing towards our financial goals. It's essential to confront a prevalent myth head-on. The myth that hard work is the only key to unlocking the door to wealth and success. This belief is deeply ingrained in our society. It's a narrative that has been passed down through generations, celebrated in stories, and reinforced by sayings that equate effort with inevitable financial reward. But if hard work alone guaranteed wealth, wouldn't every hardworking individual be wealthy? Let me share a story that illustrates this point more vividly. There was a man named Michael, someone I knew personally, who epitomized the definition of hard work. Michael was the first to arrive and the last to leave at his job every single day. His dedication was unparalleled, his commitment unwavering. And yet, despite his tireless efforts, financial success seemed to dance just beyond his reach. It was a puzzle that Michael couldn't solve. He was doing everything he had been told would lead to success, but the equation wasn't adding up. It wasn't until Michael took a step back and reevaluated his approach that the pieces began to fall into place. He realized that while his work ethic was commendable, his strategy needed refinement. Michael had been so focused on the act of working hard that he hadn't considered the direction of his efforts. It was a revelation that changed everything for him. By aligning his hard work with smarter strategies, such as investing in his education, seeking mentorship, and optimizing his time, Michael began to see the results he had always dreamed of. His story is a powerful testament to the fact that while hard work is necessary, it is not sufficient on its own for achieving financial freedom. This brings us to a crucial point in our conversation. It's time for us to reevaluate our understanding of what leads to success. The world is brimming with hardworking individuals who are not reaping the rewards of their labor. This observation is not a critique of their effort, but rather an invitation to consider a broader perspective. Success, especially financial success, is a multifaceted gem. It requires more than just the grind. It demands strategy, insight, and perhaps most importantly, a willingness to adapt. As we ponder this, open our minds to the myriad paths that lead to wealth. Explore how we can combine our hard work with smart decisions, continuous learning, and a new yielding spirit of perseverance. Pray will uncover the strategies that can transform our efforts into the success we seek. This be the moment we start to look at success through a new lens. A lens that recognizes the value of hard work, but also appreciates the necessity of working smart. Remember Michael's story and the lessons it holds. It's a reminder that sometimes to reach our destination, we need to be willing to take a different path, perhaps one less traveled, but more rewarding. As we transition from understanding the limitations of hard work, delve into the essence of achieving wealth. The pathway to wealth is not just about the effort you put in. It's significantly influenced by your mindset, your approach to work, your dedication to continuous learning, and the strength of your network. Consider the power of mindset and vision. Envisioning your goals is like setting your internal GPS to success. Just as a ship's captain needs a clear destination to navigate the vast oceans, you need a clear vision of what you want to achieve. This vision guides your decisions, influences your actions, and shapes your future. Coupling this vision with a growth mindset, the belief that you can develop your abilities through dedication and hard work opens up a world of possibilities. It's not just about having a dream. It's about believing that you can achieve it and being willing to grow and adapt along the way. Right? Now talk about working smarter, not just harder. Imagine leveraging tools, technology, and strategies that amplify your efforts. It's about making informed decisions, optimizing processes, and focusing your energies where they count the most. Think of it as the difference between using a map to find the best route to your destination versus wandering aimlessly, hoping to arrive at the right place. Working smarter means aligning your hard work with intelligence, insight, and innovation. Lifelong learning is the next cornerstone of wealth creation. The world is constantly changing, and success belongs to those who adapt and grow. Embrace the mindset of being a perpetual student, always curious, always learning, and always evolving. This continuous pursuit of knowledge not only enhances your skills and expertise, but also keeps you agile and prepared for new opportunities. Remember, the most valuable asset you have is your mind, and its capacity for learning is limitless. Never underestimate the power of networking. Building and nurturing strategic relationships can open doors that you never knew existed. It's not just about meeting people. It's about connecting, sharing, and collaborating. Strong networks can provide support, offer insights, and create opportunities that propel you toward your goals. In the journey to wealth, who you know can be just as important as what you know. Remember that achieving wealth is a multifaceted endeavor. It's a symphony of mindset, smart work, continuous learning, and strong networking. Each element plays a critical role in creating the melody of success. So take these insights and explore how we can apply them to our lives, transforming our hard work into a smarter, more effective path to achieving our financial goals. As we've navigated through the foundational elements necessary for wealth beyond hard work, we venture into the strategic domain, where the concepts of investment, innovation, risk management, and discipline become our guiding stars. Embarking on the journey of smart wealth creation, it's pivotal to recognize the significance of investment and diversification. Imagine your financial efforts as seeds. Planting all your seeds in a single plot might yield a harvest. But what if that plot encounters unforeseen adversity? The seasoned gardener knows the value of spreading seeds across various plots, ensuring that no single setback can obliterate the entire harvest. Similarly, diversifying your investments across different assets and industries can protect and grow your wealth over time, making your financial portfolio resilient against the unpredictable tides of the economy. Innovation and seizing opportunities form the next cornerstone of our strategy. It's the spark of creativity and the agility to capture fleeting chances that often distinguish the prosperous from the rest. Consider the individuals who not only survived but thrived through changing times. They didn't merely work harder within the existing paradigms. They reimagined, reinvented, and recognized opportunities that others overlooked. Encouraging this innovative thinking, coupled with a keen eye for seizing opportunities, can turn the tide in your favor, propelling you towards wealth creation in ways hard work alone could never achieve. However, with opportunity comes risk, and managing that risk smartly is crucial. Imagine a tightrope walker skillfully traversing a line suspended high above. Each step is calculated, every move deliberate. Just as the tightrope walker mitigates the risk of a fall with a safety net below, so too must we in our financial endeavors. Understanding the risks involved, calculating potential setbacks, and preparing strategies to mitigate these risks ensure that our journey towards wealth isn't derailed by unforeseen events. Smart risk management isn't about avoidance. It's about making informed, calculated decisions that allow for growth while protecting the wealth we've already accumulated. Bedrock upon which all these strategies rest is consistency and discipline. These are not the flamboyant heroes of our story, but rather the unsung ones, tirelessly working behind the scenes. Just as a river shapes the landscape, not by force, but by persistence, consistency in applying smart financial strategies, and discipline in adhering to our plans shape our path to wealth. It's the daily commitment to our goals, the steadfast adherence to our strategies, and the discipline to stay the course, even when the immediate rewards seem elusive, that eventually lead to significant wealth creation. Weaving these strategies into the fabric of our financial endeavors, carry with us the lessons of innovation, the wisdom of diversification, the acumen of risk management, and the power of consistency and discipline. each in its own right, is a powerful ally on our journey. Together, they form an unbeatable strategy for smart wealth creation that transcends the limitations of hard work alone. As we transition from strategies to the very personal domain of our habits and actions, we find that the true alchemy of wealth creation lies not only in the strategies we employ, but in the person we become in the process. It's vital to anchor our efforts on the bedrock of personal development. This isn't just about what we do. It's fundamentally about who we are and who we become in the pursuit of success. Personal growth underpins every step toward wealth creation, acting as both the foundation and the catalyst for our endeavors. At the heart of personal development lies self-awareness. This is the mirror through which we truly see ourselves. Not just our reflections, but our innermost strengths, weaknesses, and passions. It's about asking, who am I? And what do I truly want? Understanding ourselves isn't just an exercise in introspection. It's about aligning our efforts with our authentic self. When we operate from a place of self-awareness, we channel our efforts where they resonate most deeply, transforming our actions from mere movements into expressions of our truest intentions. This understanding naturally leads us to the importance of goal setting. Goals are the landmarks by which we navigate our journey to success. They're not just wishes cast into the future. They're clear, actionable targets that guide our every decision and action. Imagine setting sail without a destination. Where would you end up? Probably adrift, at the mercy of the winds and tides. Goal setting is about choosing our destination and charting a course towards it. It's about making the future we envision a reality through deliberate, focused actions. But the path to success is seldom straight. It's a journey marked by setbacks and failures as much as it is by victories. Here, resilience becomes our compass through the storm. It's the ability to face failure, not with resignation, but with the determination to rise again. Think of the great inventors, entrepreneurs, and leaders throughout history. Their journeys were punctuated by setbacks, yet they're remembered not for their failures, but for their resilience in the face of adversity. Resilience is what transforms a setback into a setup for a comeback. No discussion of personal development would be complete without addressing time management. Time is the one resource we all have in equal measure, yet how we use it can differ vastly. Effective time management is about prioritizing, focusing, and dedicating ourselves to our most valuable activities. It's recognizing that not all tasks are created equal and that where we devote our time should reflect our highest priority. In essence, managing our time wisely is about ensuring that our most limited resource is spent on what truly moves us closer to our aspirations. As we reflect on these pillars of personal development, let us commit to a journey of self-awareness, set clear and actionable goals, cultivate resilience, and manage our time with the wisdom of a sage. It's through these practices that we not only advance towards our financial goals, but also grow into the individuals capable of achieving them. Personal development is the silent guardian of our journey to wealth, underpinning every strategy, decision, and action with the depth of character and purpose. Carry these insights forward, for in the rich tapestry of success, it is personal growth that colors every thread. As we transition from personal development to our concluding thoughts, remember, the journey to wealth is not just about external achievements. It's about who we become in the process. Reflecting on the transformations required to shift from hard work to smart work, let's ponder how technology, delegation, innovative problem solving, and maintaining a work-life balance play pivotal roles in this journey. Imagine, if you will, a world where your work doesn't dictate your life, but rather enhances it. This world isn't as far-fetched as it might seem. It begins with embracing technology, not as a mere tool, but as a partner in efficiency. Technology has the power to automate tasks, streamline processes, and free up our most precious resource, time. But it's not about letting technology control us. It's about leveraging it to take control of our lives and our work in ways that were previously unimaginable. Now consider the art of delegation and the power of teamwork. It's a common misconception that to achieve more, one must do more. However, the essence of smart work lies in understanding that success is not the burden of one, but the achievement of many. Delegating tasks isn't a sign of weakness. It's an acknowledgement of strength. It's about recognizing the talents and abilities of those around you and empowering them to contribute to a collective goal. Through delegation, we multiply our effectiveness, broaden our impact, and most importantly, nurture a team that thrives on collaboration and mutual success. Innovation and problem solving go hand in hand in the realm of smart work. It's easy to follow the trodden path, but the real magic happens when we step off the beaten track and forge our own way. Facing challenges with a box-eyed to thinking approach not only leads to unique solutions, but also fosters a culture of creativity and resilience. It's about seeing problems not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to grow, innovate, and set new benchmarks. Talk about maintaining a work-life balance. In the relentless pursuit of success, it's all too easy to forget the reasons we're working so hard in the first place. A true measure of success is not just the achievements we rack up, but the harmony we create between our professional and personal lives. Striking the right balance ensures that we're not just succeeding in the boardroom, but thriving in every aspect of our lives. Remember that it's not about working harder, but about working smarter, about leveraging the tools and talents at our disposal to not just achieve our goals, but to exceed them while living a life that's full, balanced, and genuinely successful. Take a moment to reflect on the ground we've covered, the insights we've shared, and the transformative perspective we've embraced about the nature of hard work, wealth, and success. A critical look at the limitations of hard work alone in achieving wealth. We recognize that while hard work is indispensable, it is not a standalone solution. Our exploration underscored the essential elements for wealth creation, including the pivotal role of mindset, the strategic application of smart work, the undying commitment to continuous learning, and the invaluable asset of networking. We unfolded strategies for smart wealth creation, highlighting the imperative of investment and diversification, the significance of innovation and seizing opportunities, the wisdom of managing risk smartly, and the bedrock of consistency and discipline. These strategies are not merely tools, but lanterns to illuminate our path to success. Further enriching our narrative, we turned inward, focusing on personal development as the foundation of true success. Understanding our strengths, weaknesses, and passions, setting clear and actionable goals, fostering resilience in the face of adversity, and mastering the art of time management emerged as cornerstones of not just achieving wealth, but embodying the wealth of a well-lived life. Transforming hard work into smart work became our mantra as we explored leveraging technology to our advantage, embracing delegation and teamwork, thinking outside the box to solve problems innovatively, and maintaining a harmonious work-life balance. These principles don't just change how we work. They change how we view the world and our place within it. Now, as we stand at the precipice of action, the question before each of us is not merely how we will apply these lessons, but how we will allow them to transform us. The journey to wealth is as much about who we become as it is about what we achieve. It's a path paved with passion, perseverance, and smart strategies. Each step taken an opportunity for growth. Each challenge faced a chance to excel. So I urge you to take these lessons to heart. Reassess your approach to achieving wealth and success. Look beyond the horizon of hard work to the vast landscape of possibilities that smart work opens. Incorporate these insights into your life, not just as theories, but as practices lived each day. Commit to continuous improvement, not as a task, but as a lifestyle. Pursue your unique path to success with an unwavering passion, a steadfast perseverance, and an arsenal of smart strategies. The road ahead is yours to shape. Race it with an open heart, a keen mind, and the courage to tread not where the path may lead, but instead where there is no path, leaving a trail for others to follow. Remember this? The journey to true wealth and success is a mosaic of our actions, decisions, and beliefs. Each piece, no matter how small, contributes to the beauty of the whole. Let's build a masterpiece together, not just for ourselves, but for the world to witness and for future generations to inherit. Thank you for sharing this journey with me today. Let's step forward into our future with confidence, determination, and the knowledge that together we can transform our hard work into a legacy of smart, enduring success.